he avoids Benavidez and Bivol, who schooled him just like Mayweather.
Oscar de la Hoya, a former boxing champion and promoter, is known for being direct with his opinions, and his recent critique of Canelo Alvarez has sparked heated discussions in the boxing world. De la Hoya's sharp remarks came after Canelo's latest performance against Edgar Berlanga, where he accused Canelo of ducking the toughest opponents in the division, David Benavidez and Bivol. These comments have reignited the debate over whether Canelo is strategically avoiding the most challenging fighters in his weight class, a question that continues to hover as the conversation around his next fight intensifies. Canelo Alvarez's victory over Edgar Berlanga led to speculation about his next move, with analysts debating who might be his next opponent. Names like Terence Crawford, David Benavidez, and Bivol have come up repeatedly. Many believe that Canelo's focus is on a rematch with Bivol, a fighter who handed him one of the few losses of his career. Canelo himself has expressed a desire to face Bivol again to avenge that defeat. Bivol is one of the guys I want for my rematch. If he wins at 175 and becomes undisputed, I'm ready, Canelo stated. However, despite this, opinions are mixed about Canelo's current form and his potential future opponents. Some boxing experts, including Jeff Mayweather, have noted subtle differences in Canelo's recent performances. While Canelo remains one of the sport's top fighters, Mayweather suggested that the Canelo we're seeing now may not be quite as dominant as in the past. Reflecting on Canelo's bout with Berlanga, Jeff said, "Canelo is still Canelo, but he's not as good as he once was." This sentiment has led some fans and analysts to question whether Canelo can maintain his dominance as he continues to face tougher challenges. However, others still view Canelo as a dominant force, especially in the super middleweight division. After his win against Berlanga, many praised his skill and composure. Brian Custer, a well-known voice in the boxing community, commented on Canelo's performance, saying, "Canelo showed why he's the best at 168. While some may see signs of decline, others, like Custer, believe that Canelo's experience and strategy make him a formidable opponent, even without the explosive knockout power he once had." Custer added, "He may not have that one-punch knockout power anymore, but he's going to systematically break you down, and that's what he did." Custer's assessment of Canelo's future is optimistic. He believes that Canelo will continue to take on high-profile matchups that will keep fans on the edge of their seats. "We're going to see him in a lot more big fights," Custer said, reflecting the belief that Canelo's career is far from over and that exciting bouts still lie ahead. This confidence in Canelo's upcoming fights is echoed by other prominent figures in the boxing world, including His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh, who hinted at a potential mega fight involving Canelo in a post-fight interview. "Tell the fans what we're doing next. We're going for Canelo next," Al-Sheikh said, stirring up excitement and speculation about Canelo's next opponent. Terence Crawford has wasted no time joining the conversation about Canelo's future. After his recent win and subsequent move up in weight classes, Crawford has expressed his readiness to fight Canelo, hinting that a matchup between them would be a massive spectacle. Crawford took to social media to challenge Canelo, tweeting, "Put me in the game, coach." His bold call-out quickly gained traction among fans, further intensifying the speculation about whether a Crawford-Canelo showdown could become a reality. Canelo, however, has remained reserved in his response. When asked about Crawford's challenge, he simply said, "No comment." This quiet response has left many wondering if Canelo sees Crawford as a serious contender or if he's focused on other fights, particularly a rematch with Bivol. While Crawford is enthusiastic about the potential fight, some boxing experts are more skeptical. Jim Lampley, a respected voice in the sport, pointed out that while Crawford is talented and undefeated, he may be too small to pose a real challenge to Canelo, who has been competing in higher weight classes for years. Canelo already thinks Crawford is too small for him, Lampley said, adding that unless Crawford can bulk up and look more impressive at 160 pounds, it's unlikely that this fight will happen. Another possible fight that continues to generate buzz is a rematch between Canelo and Floyd Mayweather. Canelo has expressed a desire to avenge his early career loss to Mayweather, a fight in which he was clearly outclassed. Reflecting on that loss, Canelo said, "It's not in my current plans, but if the opportunity arose, I'd love to remove that thorn." He emphasized that he has grown significantly since their last encounter and believes the outcome would be different this time. "I'm a much more experienced and confident fighter now," Canelo stated. However, not everyone believes a rematch with Mayweather would go in Canelo's favor. Jeff Mayweather, Floyd's uncle, bluntly stated he has no chance. He'd get his ass whooped again just like last time. Jeff's comments reflect a belief that Floyd's superior skill set would once again dominate, despite Canelo's growth as a fighter. The conversation about Canelo's next move also includes David Benavidez, known as the Mexican Monster. Benavidez has been calling for a fight with Canelo for some time, and many believe his aggressive style and power could give Canelo a real challenge. Eddie Hearn, Canelo's promoter, has weighed in on the matter, suggesting that the only thing standing in the way of a Canelo-Benavidez fight is the financial aspect. "If you pay him the money, he'll fight Benavidez," Hearn said, indicating that while Canelo isn't avoiding Benavidez, negotiations may be stalling due to money. Despite Benavidez's potential threat, Canelo's experience and ring IQ make him a formidable opponent. Hearn noted that Canelo's fighting style has become more calculated in recent years, and while he may not have the same output or knockout power as before, he remains dangerous. Canelo doesn't have a huge output anymore, but when he hurts someone, he's not frantically trying to get them out of there, Hearn said, suggesting that Canelo's approach is now more about precision than aggression. While the Benavidez fight looms as a possibility, Canelo's focus seems to be on a rematch with Benavidez Bivol. Their first fight in 2022 saw Bivol secure a decisive victory over Canelo, and Canelo has made it clear that he wants a second shot at the Russian fighter. "When I spoke to Canelo, he said he wants Bivol next," reported Mike Coppinger, a well-known boxing journalist. Coppinger also noted that Canelo would likely enter the rematch as an underdog, a rare position for the Mexican star. The idea of Canelo being the underdog is intriguing, and it has made a potential rematch with Bivol one of the most anticipated bouts in boxing today. However, there's still uncertainty about whether Bivol will accept the fight at 175 pounds, where he beat Canelo, or drop down to 168, where Canelo holds the undisputed super middleweight title. In the midst of all this, Oscar De La Hoya has voiced his concerns about Canelo's career choices. In his recent Clapback Thursday segment, De La Hoya accused Canelo of avoiding the toughest challenges, particularly Benavidez and Bivol. Canelo wants to get paid. He avoids Benavidez and Bivol, who schooled him just like Mayweather, De La Hoya said, suggesting that Canelo is cruising toward retirement without taking on the most dangerous opponents. De La Hoya's critique has struck a chord with fans who are frustrated by the lack of high-stakes matchups in recent years. He questioned whether today's fighters have the same mentality as those from his era, when boxers sought to destroy their opponents and build a legacy through tough fights. "Where are the fighters who have balls?" De La Hoya asked, challenging both fans and fighters to demand more competitive matchups. In conclusion, Oscar De La Hoya's sharp critique of Canelo Alvarez has reignited debates about Canelo's future in boxing. As Canelo faces mounting pressure to take on tougher opponents like David Benavidez and Benavidez Bivol, fans are left wondering whether he will rise to the challenge or continue to play it safe. What do you think? Is Canelo Alvarez avoiding the toughest fights, or is Oscar De La Hoya being too critical? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below.